thank everyone for subscribing, and welcome to my world. First, I have some good news. This morning, I actually sold 6 more CDs in person. Ow! And I mailed finally 3 more CDs as in the mail. Only got about 100 left to go. And as a reward for my enduring this bizarre year, I replaced one of my things that had deteriorated. I got my beautiful bag back, you see. Hey! My other bag was over 10 years old, was tearing apart, and it had faded, so this one should last a longer time. And it's, I got it on sale. So, let's see. This is, ow, electricity going crazy again. At first, I'm back at the same spot I was with the last video. My other half isn't gone that often due to COVID, whatever. So I have to do it. But I'm not here. So anyway, this is why John Lennon's death impacted me, hit so hard, and still does 40 years later. It's still one of the top 10 life-changing events in my life. And I might, if I get this thing about time, I'll make a video on just the top 10 things and not necessarily in order. So, I remember exactly where I was 40 years ago today. Couldn't tell you where I was at last week. I barely remember yesterday. That life-changing week actually changed my life. Ow! I was in downtown Phoenix in shock after being awake for all night. I left early that morning and went downtown to pick up every newspaper that I could find, which I've since sold recently. Listened to the radio in total shock and disbelief. Cried my eyes out at the bus stop. Walking around in the haze. I taped most of the week, and I still have them on cassette. They still play, or most of them anyway. Wednesday, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I had to go back to work, which was not easy in any means. I had bought Devil Fantasy 6 hours before John was taken away. Not far from where I was working. So I played the album and stupidly put it under a lamp and it worked. So I had to replace it, and I have done like 5 times now. After being awake for 2 days, I finally passed out. And I think it was Thursday. I was living with my parents. My parents and I got into it, and they kept saying, "Why are you upset over someone you've never physically met?" Well, I've never met Robin Williams, Elvis, Michael Jackson, George Harrison, Robert Kennedy, John Kennedy, and others whose death impacted me. If a person has a major influence on your life, in many ways, I probably know that for better than other things I should know about. So, they directly or indirectly told me, if you don't get your act together, you're out of here. I don't know if I responded in the nice way or not, but I'm still in too much pain. By Friday, actually Saturday, the one major thing that helped me get through the week was I happened to be the Beatles fan club president here in Phoenix. I had over 100 members, and man, they sure helped me through the week, or I might not be here now. Saturday afternoon, rode my bike over to my friend's house, and I spent the night there, still taping. On Sunday the 14th, we went to Encounter Park. That was the closest, and it was like I didn't know if I was going to stop crying. I didn't know if I was going to scream. Again, I'm grateful for my friends who helped pull me through. Nothing like this had ever happened before. Monday morning or Sunday night, I rode my bike back to my parents' house and put on a good act like it was no big deal, even though I was dying inside. Now I'm way back to the beginning. I was 9 years old. Yes, I know, back in dinosaur days. In May of '63, we happened to be living in Madrid, Spain. My dad was in the Air Force. I vividly remember my mom and I and my brothers going to this big department store in downtown Madrid. Suddenly, I heard them for the first time, and it was like magic light. Hey, come on. I can't put it into words. Prior to that, I've been heavily into Mitch Miller, Heavy Duty, and the Chipmunks, the country western, and the country rock pop. Actually, today. I had no way of knowing all these 50 plus years later I was still be a fan, but that's how it started. Stop. Stop. Yes, I got knives going through my neck again. On December the 8th, I was working in Marines, just I bought the album, got home, played it, and then 6 hours later at 8:55, I heard the news that altered my world, my life, and everything. The last song I heard alive was Number 9 Dream, which to this day, if I play it, I'll probably lose it. I was up all night, and about 3 o'clock in the morning I wrote a poem, but I don't remember it. It's in my book I wrote, but that's another long story. It honestly felt like someone had taken a sword and tore all my insides out. The only thing I can relate to that is John Kennedy's death. Watching my dad die. Sometimes there's no words to express what the bleep is going on. There we go. That's your heart. That's your heart. Always so fast. You'll get there. Push. Here John was. He beat the odds. The big brother was harassing him, and they were trying to kick him out of the country. He had gotten off the drugs and alcohol. Shut up. He was a happily married man with a young boy, and on top of the world. After 5 years, he decided to come back and give us something new. He said life began at 40. Unfortunately, it was the afterlife for him. So, the only good thing is he died happy. And he had beat the odds. It took me years to totally get the RKO final interview. I've heard it. I got a copy now. I've heard it at least 10 times. Each time it pulls out every emotion possible. The main thing that I just found out yesterday, right after this quote, was, while there's life, there's hope. That has pulled me through more than once. No matter what, you keep on fighting, and somehow you make it through. Oh, shoot. He's just doing his job. It was like losing a friend, a family member, an inspiration, and everything else. He inspired me during the 60s and 70s when I was an activist before I got into apathy. His death did get me out of the 5 years of apathy, and I became an activist after I got out of shock. I do not know to this day how I ended up staying clean and sober for the whole week. Perhaps I was afraid, or I knew that there wasn't enough alcohol to kill the pain, so leave it alone. But I had my friends with me, so come January, I'd lose control again. 4 months after the event, my body fell apart a different way than it is now, and I could no longer work. Ended up at my second breakdown, for lack of a better word. And then toward the end of the year, I became an activist and I woke up. His music and message was and is an inspiration. He wasn't perfect, neither am I, neither is anyone else. He made mistakes, and he would tell you right up front that he did. He made a difference in my life as well as millions of others. The end of a dream, because the Beatles will never be back together again. We'll never hear another. You'll never hear another song from him. Yoko's a sudden widow. John got his dad. Thankfully, they had made it so far. It took a while to get out of shock. I have found out since my dad died, and I'm dealing with 6 other deaths right now. Not John. 3 past no timetable. So I wish I could have a light switch and turn it off, and none of this would hurt, but grief takes time. You have your good days and your bad days. So, wherever you're at, John and George, bless you. Thank you for your inspiration, your music, and your message. And I will continue to carry on and try to make the world a better place. Anyway, I think with that, ow, and my sore in my neck, I will sign off. Hit my 2 places real quick, and then back to the pad, and then back to the sales and everything else. So, it's really hard at times to put into words what you're feeling because you don't always know what you feel. But anyway, so I tried. So, take care. Feel free to comment. And feel free to subscribe and push the button. I do have 80 videos in mind, but Father Time is still not my friend. So, anyway, take care. Bye-bye.